My name is Emily Jackson, and I'm a whitewater paddler and just river enthusiast. I'm 7 months pregnant and still spending every day out there on the water, so that's pretty exciting for me. Freestyle kayaking is kind of like the half pipe of snowboarding. So basically you sit in one feature and you perform as many tricks in your whitewater kayak as possible. Well, my due date's in July, and the competition schedule, I'm usually not home from March all the way through October. So I'm pretty much pregnant for the majority of my normal traveling schedule. I still intend on going on the freestyle kayaking circuit. How long I can compete or paddle really just determines on how I feel. And I'm definitely grateful for every day I can spend on the water, but I know that any time now, if something doesn't feel good on my body, then I'm going to stop. Freestyle kayaking is physically demanding. You use a lot of abdominal muscles to throw your kayak around. The kayaks only weigh about 25 pounds, so they're not that heavy. They're actually quite light, and they're pretty short, so using your own body weight, you can actually throw them around quite a bit. To perform higher scoring tricks that are harder takes more demand on your body for sure. Like, there's quite a bit more required to get the boat to move a certain way. So physically it can be slightly demanding, especially on your shoulders and your abs. Being pregnant, I definitely noticed that there's a lot more strain on my abdominal muscles, a lot of pressure, a lot of stretching basically. That's not always super comfortable, so I have to be really careful when I'm surfing and kayaking to make sure that I don't injure anything, because I think if I get hurt, I'm out. Like, I'm not going to be able to get back in the water. So what I've been doing is just stretching a lot just to stay ahead of it a little bit. And also with my added body weight, I've gained 23 pounds. I've stayed in my smaller kayak that I'm too big for. So now, using my added body weight, I can throw the kayak around and use a lot less muscle. So luckily I did find a really good doctor in Cookeville, Tennessee, which is only a half-hour away from my house. And basically they told me until there's anything to give them the idea that I'm having any form of a high-risk pregnancy, that it's 100% okay. They're actually really excited that I'm super active. My husband, Nick Troutman, he's also a freestyle kayaker. He's on the Canadian freestyle kayak team. He's really, really excited about bringing a kid into this world and into the kayaking world, but he's also trying to spend a lot of energy in making just sure that I'm okay at all times, So even though I'm like, oh, I'm great, I'm doing good, I'm having fun, I'm high energy, he's like, okay, but just take a deep breath for me. So he's very, very excited, but he's definitely already playing the cautious father role. My daily life has changed a little bit in the sense that, I've definitely put more thought and more energy into thinking about how I feel. If I'm tired, I'm not going to do a second session in my kayaking today. I'm just going to, just focus on recovering a bit more. So for daily life, the biggest thing for me has just been paying more attention to my body and how it feels, and how I eat and all that stuff, making sure that everything's going into making a healthy baby. The biggest thing, I think, for me, for active mothers or people that are planning on getting pregnant but still want to remain active or are nervous that it's going to take away from being active, is that you really just take every day, one day at a time. You'll feel really good one day, you won't feel great the next day. So I think that the biggest thing is to keep doing whatever your body's accustomed to. That's the biggest thing I've read anywhere, is that if your body's used to doing a certain thing, running, kayaking, climbing, anything, then you might as well go ahead and continue that until basically at any point the doctor, one, either thinks there's a higher risk for your pregnancy that could harm you or the baby, or it just doesn't feel good anymore. So my plan is just to, keep kayaking every day until it just doesn't feel good anymore.